I'm Chris, and this is Single Dad Homesteading, brought to you from the front porch in the beautiful Appalachian Mountains in Northeast Tennessee. But this isn't going to be a front porch talk. Hey guys, I picked up something at the Walmart that I thought I'd share with you guys. You guys were all interested in the truck survival videos and learning about different packs and things to do. So I carry a little something in my pocket on most days that I'm going to share with you, but I'm going to show you a piece of gear that I picked up. I've not unwrapped it. You'll see it's still zip side to the thing, so we're going to open it up and try it out together. I did put a piece on it. I'll explain in a second, but it is the Pocket Combo 30-inch extending telescoping pole. There it is. It's the micro telescopic Pocket Combo, and this thing altogether, I would say closed up, isn't maybe 19 inches long. And we're going to pop it off here real quick. Let me get a pair of snips. What I did already add was I added in a hook and sinker there while it was on the board. So I'm going to cut this off. Get it off here so we can actually look at it. So there is the system. I mean, you look at my arm, from my tip of my arm to my elbow. So it's about maybe 20 inches. So I don't have real long arms. So what's neat about this is that your line actually feeds through this barrel. So there's no eyelets to get hooked up. All the pocket and small fishing poles that I've played with, and I've got several that I carry in my truck, they all have that, the eyelets, and when you try to carry them in a backpack or something, they get broke and everything. This one you load through, and it comes with this little area here. And you take this screw out with this little eyelet on it, and inside of it, it has these little pins. There's 4 or 5 of them. Dropped one of them, and that is how you feed the line through the barrel of this fishing pole. And I'll get that in a minute, the one that fell down. And you feed it through there, and you line it, and you go that way. So pretty ingenious, if you ask me. It's not heavy, but it's a heavy duty. Like, this is like cast aluminum. I think this is a graphite, and the rod itself is pretty nice. It's not a cheap low-end Zepco type rod. I'd say this is kind of your mid-range Zepco. It's not a Zepco. It's actually a, let me remove those glasses, because we're going to take this thing and fish in a minute, so I want my polarized glasses. It's an M411, and it's by Pro Fisheries. And it says it'll hold 40 yards of 6-pound line, and it has a 4.1 by 1 gear ratio, which is pretty gosh darn good. So we're going to go see. We're going to see how this thing, like I said, I've not used this. So we're going to go see how this thing casts just out in the yard here in a little bit. And then we're going to take it down to the pond and see what it does. And then we'll take it down to the creek and see if it works good on the creek. But I think for you guys that are interested in those, the truck survival gear and the prep bags and stuff, this is a neat little piece of gear, and it was like 20 bucks, 24 bucks, I think, maybe less than that. But I picked it up because I was like, man, I'd like to have that in my backpack when I go on my elk hunt, because if you get up in the mountains and you find these little streams with these trout and stuff in them, that'd be cool, or come across a little lake or something like that. I think it'll be pretty neat. And you could always change this reel out too, if you wanted to, but I don't think you're going to have to. It's a pretty solid reel. So it's got a little eyelet that holds your hook, and then what you do is you press the release just like you would be fishing, and this thing pulls out, and you give it a little tug, and then your line comes out. You can hook it back on your little hook keeper. Whoop, little eyelet. To hold your hook in so you don't have to swing it around. There we go. And you're ready to fish. And it's 30 inches long, so it's not super short, but it's not super long. Great for a kid. But like I said, in your backpack, if you're going on a hiking trip or something like that, I'm sure this thing's going to need some adjustment. Every rod and reel that I've ever bought had to have some drag adjustment and things of that nature on it to see how it works. Doesn't feel like the drag's too crazy on it. But what we'll do now is we'll stop here I'm going to switch over so that I can have you on the handheld tripod, and we'll walk down and see where we go. Actually, we may just stop here and I'll take the big tripod out to the road and we'll see how far we can cast this thing. Then we'll go down to the pond and see what happens. But I need to find a worm so we can try to catch a fish and see how it performs then. So we'll be right back with you guys in just a second. Well, we're not going to cast yet. There's two parts to this video, guys, and I completely rode over it with the first part. That's the fishing pole, and now what I'd like to show you guys are little fishing kits that I set up, and I set these up so I always carry them with me, and these are Altoids can. This one's empty. It's a little bigger, and this is the small one. This is my tackle box, guys. So I'm going to turn you around here. Let's get you set up a little higher on the table. Turn it where it's down, and we can see what we're doing down here. All right, let's see. Can we get... All right, can you see my hands here? So this is the little Altoids tin. It's the little small one. It's probably 1 3/4, 2 inches by 1 1/4 wide. And if you pop it open, inside I carry a couple safety pins, an assortment of sinkers, and a pack of leadered number 10 fishing line, the Eagle Claw. These are the red ones. I really like those. They're real nice. And a number 10 is a great size hook for just about, medium-sized fish, and down they work. So you put it in there. You can put different size hooks. You can put loose hooks. I like the leadered hooks just because they give you a little bit more ability if you're using a piece of paracord and setting bank lines, things of that nature. It works. I carry the safety pins because you can actually make hooks out of those if you needed to for bigger fish, but they also help for putting stuff together, things of that nature. But real good. They're secure. I mean, it takes a little bit to pop it open, but it goes right in your pocket and you're good to go. So now we'll go cast this thing and see how it works. So we'll be right back. Guys, we're going to cast this thing out from here to the top of the hills, about 15 yards. We're going to see what it does. I got a little split shot on here and just a little bitty hook like I showed you in the little tackle box. Let's see how this thing goes. Oh yeah, at least 15 yards, 15, maybe 20. Reel's really good. Thing's pretty tight. See if it's, yeah, drag seems good. Cast it a couple more times and see how it works. All right, here we go again. Oh yeah, at least 15 yards. Reel's fast, pretty good. Seems like a solid little pole. One more time. Oh yeah. All right, guys, that looks like it's pretty good. Now let's go get us a worm. Let's walk over here to the flower bed. Let's put our hook back in our little eyelet keeper right there. See the little eyelet keeper? I don't know if it's gonna adjust for you. Okay, I'm just gonna take you with you. Let's go see if we can find a worm up here in our garden beds. ELYN had been digging up here yesterday, so I moved the shovel over. Should be able to find some worms in our garden beds because they're pretty healthy. They're all been cleaned out since we got some weeds growing in them since the summer. Let's turn you down and see if we can locate a worm or two. Yep, just taking the... Where'd you go? There we go. There's one. Let's get two. We'll get two just in case. Here's another one. That might just be a piece of one. All right, there's one. Oh, there's a big juicy one right there. All right, guys, let's walk down here to the pond and see if we can catch us a bluegill. See how this thing casts and stuff. So, lots of lily in the pond today. So we'll probably go up here to the corner and see what's going on. Oh, I'm glad you guys are watching today. I appreciate all the subs and the likes and the comments. They've really been helping. I got my updates from YouTube the other day. It says that I've got about 20% of you guys, or 40% of you guys that aren't subbed. So, oh, I see all kinds of little bluegill down here. So let's see if we can catch a fish with one of these. Let me set you guys up and see what we can do. All right, guys, there's where we're at. Let's put this little worm on here. I've got a goat loose behind me. She's over here playing games. Got to have my glasses on to put the worm on because I'm becoming blind. And I may have to run this goat out of here because she's... Hey, get out of there, goat. Alright, we got to run this goat off before we can fish because she's eating the neighbor's very few tomatoes that he has. So let's set this little pole down. You guys can go with me running that goat off of it. Hey, get out of there. You can't eat those. Go on. Alright, guys, I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Had to run her all the way across the yard, but she's getting into the neighbor's very few tomato plants we've had survive up here, so she's a pain. The deer do enough damage, but she's been getting out. I gotta put up some cattle panels to keep her in there, make the fence a little taller. So let's see if we can get this camera set up in here. All right, let's see what we can do right there. How in the world? Well, guys, something got my worm. It ate my string off over here laying in the grass. Give me just a second and I'll be back. All right, guys, we got the goats ran off and we got some worms on here and got a hook retied. So let's see what we can do. Something biting it. About got him. Oh, he got off. I didn't set the hook good enough, so he got off. So let's try it again. Had nothing to do with the pole. Had everything to do with me. Got him again. Looky there, fellas. So the pole works. Let's see. Come on. On a bluegill, guys, they have really sharp, sticky points. And this guy has swallowed the hook pretty good. So you can either eat this fish or you can bite off the line. Give him a kiss. Throw him back in. That fish will be fine. He has that hook. That hook will actually rot out of its mouth after a little while. But, so success. We came down here, set up this little pole, 30 inches, very compact. It's a Pro Fisheries. It's the micro combo. And let's see how easy it closes back up. That would be another good question. Closes back up. Very simple and easy. So, as always, God bless. Live with what God gives you. And we're out of here.